Well, hello and welcome to Lengro live at 12. I'm Claire Lengro. How are you getting on now the kids are back at school? Was it tears of joy or tears of sadness when you waved them off? Or perhaps like Rose Waters, it was a bit of both. Please comment below how you found getting the kids back to school and, of course, how you all are today. We've got a packed show coming up for you today. We have Laura Ann and Amanda Waring to talk women empowerment. Because, of course, this week on Monday, we celebrated International Women's Day. We've also got Chloe Needham, my favourite medium, to give some readings. And we're also going to be meeting our cover star, Rose Pearce. And of course, we can't do today's show without discussing the royal interview. It's affected the whole world. What's your opinion on it? Please do let us know. And on today's show, guys, stick with us because we've got some music at the end of the show for you as well. Gail Rutherford, how are you? Helen Third, Natalie Pennycook, lots and lots of you all out there. So let me start with some readings for you all, of course. Eileen Bathgate, everybody is in the house today. Let's have a look at the planets first of all. Now, coming up this Saturday, we have a new moon in Pisces. Our desires, our dreams are going to go a little bit overboard, but in a good way. So what you're feeling this weekend, you must follow, and you won't be going quietly if you're leaving a situation. And if you're entering one, then you'll be doing so with a splash. The boys are in the house, and I have to say, boys, you are always welcome, even though we're talking about women empowerment as well. But let's start off with a little bit of a reading for somebody. Who would like to have a reading? Please comment your star sign and also, of course, let us know where you are in the world. I'm going to attempt, guys, with my new astrological collection of nails that I've created with the amazing Laura Chester. I'm going to try and do a little StreamYard thing here and bring somebody up. Let's get straight to somebody. Let's have a look. Hello, Tracy. Do comment if you'd like a reading. I've got my crystal ball with me today. The sun meets Neptune in Pisces today. What does that mean? It means we're all a bit more scatty than usual. It's organized chaos, so you can still get things done. So Stella, if it's okay and you're feeling a bit rubbish today, then let me help you out with a little reading today. So for you, Stella, the reading that I've got here is the Wheel of Fortune card linked with the Eight of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. Your journey in life, Stella, has been one where you've constantly been taking 2 steps forward to take 1 step back. Financially at the moment, that's where your reading is going. The need to either save money or the need to earn a little bit more. But can I say, Stella, with the cards that I've drawn for you, and I will show them to you here, there's the need for you not to take advice from other people, but you know in your own heart what you want to change. When we talk about the sun meeting Neptune, Neptune is the planet of dreams. So the ideas that we're having subconsciously right now are actually the right ones, Stella. So are you really allowing other people to resist change when you know it's best? Perhaps so. Stella, lots going on for you. All I can say is wait until the new moon on Saturday. And I do know that our gorgeous Amanda Waring is doing a free new moon ceremony at 7 o'clock this Saturday night. So hang on in there. Let's pick somebody else. Let's have a little look. Laurie Thompson Woolvet. I'm in Pimlico and she's a Gemini. Love that picture. You look like an old movie star there, Laurie. You really do. Let's have a little look for a reading for you. I'm going to have to pick one of the boys now, aren't I, on International Women's Week next. Let's have a look for you. Okay, so for you, my darling, I've picked the Death card Undignified, which if you don't know much about the Death card, let me show him to you. Looks a little bit scary, doesn't he? These are the Claire Lengro Romany Gypsy Tarot cards designed by Laura Ann Renwick. But your card was undignified. That means inertia, unwilling to change. Are you stuck in old ways at the moment? Was there a relationship in your life, Laurie, that you're finding hard to get rid of the habits that you picked up in that relationship? Maybe so. The Queen of Swords represents an older woman who's either in your life or in your heart, who has the right words of wisdom for you. Maybe our Chloe has something to follow up on with that for you as well. But Laurie, you're refusing to change because you're stuck in the past, but you don't want to be. My advice for you is, again, the Women Empowerment Week for you. You've got to remember who you were, who you are, but most importantly, who you want to be right now. And Laurie, I think this is a time of manifestation for you, but jump before you're pushed, because only you know what will make you happy. Let's pick a boy. Are the boys in the house? Let's have a little look. Let's go to Matt Kerberson, and then I'm going to bring some of the girls in, and we've got readings with Chloe later as well. Matt's a fellow Scorpio like me. So the new moon for you is really going to stir your heart and soul. And I think on Saturday for you, Matt, and for all water signs, in fact, which are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, you're going to feel the urge to turn those dreams into a reality. And why not? Lockdown will soon be over. So Matt, for you, I've drawn the Fool card. What do we know about the Fool card? Is he stupid? No, Matt, you're not stupid. It's one of the cleverest cards in the pack. And what this tells me about you is you're ready for an adventure, but you don't have a set plan. Sometimes when we fulfill our intuitive instincts and we really go with our gut feeling, then things will go the way that we need them to. But there are some legal dealings in this card which represent your past as well. We're joined with the King of Swords. We're joined with the Three of Wands. You're going to have to work hard this year, Matt, but I promise you, my friend, the harder you work, the further you're going to get. So put all thoughts of what you can't do to one side and look at what can be done instead. That's the key for you. Looking at astrology at the moment as well. As I said, we have the Sun meeting Neptune in Pisces. So scatty, we all are, and open to bad seductions. So be careful, guys. Have you thought about doing or saying something already that you shouldn't this week? Be careful, guys. We can make positive choices, but we have to remember what we want and also not what we're being pushed into. So let's have a little look. Let's go down here a moment. Lots of you, your favorite card. We're going to get on with some more readings, and I will be back this week for some special live readings and also in my club later today as well. But I'm going to bring on two ladies now. Let's have a little look, and I'm going to lead them to it. Hello, good afternoon, Laura Ann. How are you?
I'm good. I've just seen in the comments as well. We've got another Laura Ann watching as well. I've lost it. There is another one. Laura Ann Dowden.
Laura Ann. Meet Laura Ann. Of course, she's Laura Ann Renwick, but I renamed her Laura Ann a while ago, and I can't seem to change it, can I?
No,
it's rather stuck. So, ladies, we're talking about empowerment for women. So I'm going to leave you to it and bring up anything that you need me to. And
she's gone. Just like in a flash. My God, her magic powers are working so well. So, Laura, darling, how was your week of, women's empowerment? What's been going on your end?
I've been spreading some news and opinions. So
you like that? Finding your voice.
So I've noticed that there are so many controversial comments and posts, all are based around Women's Day on Monday. And there's so many people saying, oh, why women? Why don't we have a Men's Day? We do actually have an International Men's Day, and that's on the 19th of November. But just think, next time we're celebrating Pancake Day, there's no people running around going, why don't we have Crumpet Day? It's a day for a specific thing. Everything else will have its day. But I've been spreading kind of awareness about why we should be proud to be women and about everything that we've been through in the past to get to where we are. Yes. And just to kind of go over some dates. So in 1918 was when women had the right to vote, and women fought tooth and nail. They were force fed. They were imprisoned, all sorts, for us to have the right to vote. Then in 1970 was only when the Equal Pay Act had come in for women to be paid equally to men. But even so, there's still a slight discretion there about a pay gap. Then coming into about the 1800s, the late 1800s, was when women first began to get their financial freedom. So before then, you'd have gatekeepers, which would be either the father or the husband, that would have full control of women's money. And they wouldn't be able to open a bank account or have their own money. Equally, like in history, you probably know yourself, female writers, Stella, you're very welcome. Female writers, a lot of them would go under male aliases because it wasn't done. And there's so much like women having the right to study. There's also the whole maternity, paternity, like men get 2 weeks, women get like 9. There's still that gap there. So embracing being a woman and overcoming adversity, overcoming all the struggles that we've done, be proud to be a woman. And men do get their day, but they don't shout about it as much as we do because, yeah. I
Well,
could talk for ages.
and for everybody out there as well. And that's fantastic to have all those beautiful facts and everything. Thank you, darling, because I think we all need a reminder, particularly again in lockdown, where, you know, we're not going to get into maybe necessarily so much about domestic abuse, but it is still going on. Men to women, women to men. It is, but in general, there is more towards women. And one of the things that I'm passionate about, so International Women's Day, every day should be International Women's Day, International Man's Day. There should be an equality and a balance, but we are still catching up with history. And we are still trying to redress and address that balance. And the thing that I'm passionate about and have done for the last 30 years is run empowerment circles and women's groups to help them find their voice, to help them find their passion, to help them find their confidence and self-worth, to recognize exactly the pain, but also to recognize that as women, we are allowed to accept and enjoy pleasure too. We have so much guilt as women. And this is something that really I've been working on with women. I've just got that somebody, hi ladies aquarium, hi, we are saying hello to you as well. This is something that I feel that's really important that we take forward from this moment, that any of you out there who've been suffering from a lack of connection, a feeling of lost, don't know who you are anymore as a woman, those of you that are out there who haven't perhaps got children, who never had children, who felt perhaps in society that you're not seen as valuable because you haven't had children. Those of you who are elders, whose children have gone and flown the nest, and you feel rootless and jobless and worthless, and what's my plan? All of us are connected so strongly, and sisterhood is one of the most powerful ways, and for the men out there as well, gathering in circle, online, in community, in separate communities, however you choose, finding a voice, finding that, not trying to take each other down as women, but trying to actually be the foundation for the next generation to come. So that's my bit of women's empowerment. How is everybody else feeling in their womanliness this week? Feeling lost? Yeah, feeling lost. And that feeling at the moment, darling, is as we're coming out of our shells, we're coming out of lockdown, and a lot of women are actually feeling anxious about re-representing themselves to the outside world again. Yeah. So what advice would you give them, Laura?
I would tell them to be authentically you, be your true self, and don't be afraid to just let yourself shine. Anyone that judges you or makes negative comments is someone that you don't need in your life, because at the end of the day, when you show your true self and embrace being amazingly you, the people that are meant to be there will still love you no matter what. And it's almost like a filtering process. So when you do be you, then you're filtering out all the people that aren't meant to be there. So don't kind of worry too much about what people will think, because the people that are meant to be will be there.
And also recognize, everybody, that we change. We are allowed to change our mind. Yes. There's a quote that says a woman's mind is cleaner than a man. She changes it more often.
I love that.
But, you know, we are allowed to change our mind. We are allowed to have that freedom. And this is what we're doing, I think, as women now, as we are flexing our wings. We're finding out what it is that we can do to move society forward. We definitely need women's voices to be heard. Women supporting women, yes, Gem, is incredible. Raise each other up, 100%. One of the things that we did as a part of Pool Hospice that I'm patron of is we wrote letters. Everybody had cancer within this incredible group of women, and we wrote a letter to a younger woman about what it is that we would wish for them, to give them confidence, to find out who they are. Sometimes we don't want to find out who we are because we have to go through the messy bit. That's what being woman's about, finding that messy bit, that core part of us that we maybe don't want to look at. If we look at it, bring it up into the light, it's not so terrifying. Exactly. Getting to know yourself can be one of the most rewarding pleasures, actually. So I have a feeling, Laura, I don't know how you're feeling, whether Claire is chomping at the bit, but by the side there, is Claire wanting to come on in there?
I thought I would come on, and the only quote I've got here is, the connections between and among women are the most feared, the most problematic, and the most potentially transforming force on the planet. And I think that's very true as well. But of course, we've got lots more to talk about. And we don't just love women on here, we love men as well. So I know that you'd like some spirit readings. And because we've got a packed show today, I've got somebody very special for you to bring up now. If you would like a message from spirit, if you would like a reading, then join my favorite medium, Chloe Needham. She's in the house to give readings right now.
Hello, hope everyone's doing well this afternoon. Anyone who's not tuned in before, I'm Chloe Needham. I'm a clairvoyant medium. I'm empath, clairsentient, clairaudient. I don't use cards for my readings. My messages from spirit are all that they are from spirit, either directly to me or they come via my guides. How's everyone doing this week? Are we all okay? Hi, Stella. Kelly. Kelly Elizabeth, can you bring Kelly up, please, Claire? Hi, Kelly. As your name come up, you jumped out at me. I've got a gentleman coming in for you. He steps in quite strongly and he tells me he's your grandfather. As he comes forward, he's actually telling me there's anxiety around you. I don't know if this will be directly with you or towards if your children gone back to school this week. I'm just getting a real sense of anxiety. It's regarding, he's been telling me it's regarding a situation or a decision that needs to be made. He's saying you've got this. It's all under control. You know you're capable of making this decision. He's saying you need to trust more in yourself. There's somebody I feel regarding what is happening that's causing this anxiety. There's somebody in your ear and they're telling you that your decisions are wrong. They're telling you what you're feeling is wrong. It's not. You're okay to feel what you're feeling. You don't need to be anxious. If you've made your mind up about whatever this situation is, then you need to go with your gut feeling. You need to trust yourself and go with that. He's telling me that the whole situation of whatever this is regarding is going to be cleared up as we move in towards the last week of March. But he's saying you need to find your voice. I hope you can understand this. Love and light. Helen Farthing, please, Claire. Hi, Helen. As I read your comment, you jumped out at me and I've got a female energy coming in around you. And she's saying, yes, love, we are around you. We are all around you. I feel there's been quite a sense of a lot of loss around you. I feel this would be family. I feel this would be friends. I'm being shown a child in spirit. I don't know if this would be your child, but I'm certainly there's a sister of mercy coming through with a little boy. This little boy's presenting around 7 years of age. What I've got coming in, the lady is saying, she's saying that you're asking about people being around you, with this spirit around you. But what I'm actually being told by this lovely lady is that you don't feel you've got anybody around you a lot. You feel on your own a lot of the time. This is from people in the physical and from people in spirit. There's a lot of love coming for you. And this isn't just from the spirit side. Spirit are around you. They're projecting a lot of love to you. But certainly in the physical, there's more love around you than you feel there is. I feel, has there been an argument around you in the family fold? Because this lady is making me aware of this. She's saying that this can easily be rectified. You just need to pick up the telephone, but you've certainly not lost people from this argument or this disagreement. The loved ones around you, the lady here, she's saying she's around you a lot. She's saying she's been around you and she's bringing a gentleman who's also been around you a lot over recent months. I feel over Christmas, there was something happened in your home. You say you're feeling like there's a spirit around you. Around Christmas time, this gentleman was in your home. He's telling me about a light. There was a light bulb. Can you give me some more? The light bulb was changed, and I feel within a very close, short space of time, the light bulb popped again, and it had to be changed once again. This is a gentleman. This is coming in. I feel it's a grandfather vibration. He's saying he's been around you a lot, and your grandmother has been around you. And it's almost she's giving you a push. She's trying to push you forward. She's trying to push you. There's some loose ends that need tying up. I'm not being given what. There's certainly loose ends that need tying up. And this lovely lady is saying she's there with you. She's helping you do this. Believe in yourself. Believe you can move forward because things are getting better. There's a lot of positive coming in for you and a lot of love coming for you, both from the higher side and from the physical. Love and light to you. Bless you, Kelly. Certainly they can hear you, that you love them. You've only got to speak out, lovely. Sharon Friend, please, Claire. Hello, lovely. As you come up on the comments, I've got a gentleman coming in for you, and for this gentleman, he's coming in and he's telling me he's a father vibration. I'm not convinced this would be a father, as I feel more grandfatherly with him. If it's your dad, I feel he certainly, even if there's no grandchildren, would have been somebody who would have been like a granddad to everybody. He's got the whole granddad persona about him. As he steps into the ether, he wants you to know you've made the right decision. You doubted yourself, you've made the decision, and now you're waiting for the results. The results of this decision are going to come in for you, and certainly you're going to see the benefits and the results of these decisions you've made. He's telling me it's been a long time coming for you, and he's saying that he's proud you finally made this decision. He wants you to know that no matter what, he's there beside you holding your hand. I feel you've questioned regarding this decision you've had to make, if your loved ones in spirit would be upset with you, even people in the physical, if you're going to upset people by making the decision you've made, certainly from the higher side, there's no one upset. They're not upset with you. They're proud of you, and they're sending you so much love, and they want you to know they support you. Regarding the physical, this gentleman's telling me anybody that doesn't accept your decision isn't worthy of your time, because anyone who actually genuinely cares for you, genuinely loves you, would see how much the situation was dragging you down, and that you've made the decision that's best for you, not for everybody else. Sending lots of love and light. Oh, bless you, Kelly. That certainly helps in any kind of mediumship situation, be theatres or live on here. If you send out your thoughts, it can help bring the loved ones in. Oh, bless you, Sharon. I'm so sorry to hear that. Mwah. Love to you.
Chloe, I've got to butt in with you for the moment because you've got so many people commenting and wanting readings that I need to bring up how people can book privately with you as well. Because I also need to show people, let me just bring this up. We've got something to announce. You may well have seen it advertised on our Facebook pages, but we've got something rather special going on Sunday night, haven't we, Chloe?
We certainly have.
So there you go, guys. If you would like an hour full of just readings, just for you, then join Chloe Needham, Lee Petulengro, and myself, all for free on Sunday night at 7 o'clock for clairvoyant readings, medium readings, everything that you need right in one place. Chloe, I can't promise there won't be trouble with 3 gypsies in the house, can you?
No.
I really. Listen, I just wanted to tie up a subject as well. Adding on to the Women's Day talk, I want to ask Laura Ann, so I'm going to bring her back on now. Let's just get this a second. Let's bring Laura Ann on. Laura Ann, hello. I love us 3 together. I just wanted to ask you and add on, because we had a chat before the show. Would you think that witches and psychics would be linked with Winston Churchill's guys? Because Laura Ann gave me a bit of information earlier. Laura, share it with everybody on Lengro.
Yeah, I wonder what people think. Would you think Winston Churchill was linked in? So actually, Winston Churchill was known to be psychic himself, and he would also seek guidance from psychics, mediums. Chloe had mentioned about a link there as well that she had personally with someone that was linked to Churchill. It's all very exciting. So he would consult psychics, mediums to do with any sort of tactics in the war.
Yeah.
And talking about the Women's Day thing, obviously in history, it's well known that witches were persecuted. It was not long, actually, the anniversary of the Salem witch trials. And funnily enough, bringing up like all the dates that I brought up about women being able to do certain things, the Witchcraft Act was only abolished in this country in 1951. So meaning that Claire, Chloe, myself, we could all go to prison for doing this if we were in the 40s. It's crazy. But that was abolished. And Churchill kind of pushed for that as well. That was replaced with the Fraudulent Mediums Act, which is still in place now. But actually, the last woman to be persecuted by the Witchcraft Act was Helen Duncan. And she was a Scottish medium. She spent 9 months in prison. She used to do seances and shows and was quite well known for producing ectoplasm, which was rumored to be made from cheesecloth and be a bit of a phony. But actually, she would bring about information, and she'd actually connected in with, I think it was HMS Barham, one of the ships in the war, and connected with the sailors that had obviously drowned and died. And she'd put that out there. But that was at that time a war secret. No one would know about that. So there was a kind of talk of whether she was a spy. It was all very. So it was. There was a man called Alfred Dodd, I think he was called. He'd attested that she was an authentic medium, and her charges were lessened, which is why she only got the 9 months in prison. But there you go.
Well, let me tell you something really interesting now. I've got my own information on Winston Churchill as an astrologer, which is that he employed an astrologer because he found out that Hitler had employed an astrologer. So Hitler used to invade on the 7th day because it was his lucky day. But Winston Churchill actually hired a man called Louis de Woll, and Louis de Woll would plot the charts to find out when Hitler's astrologer would advise him to invade. But even recently, when my mother and I were doing readings in the Channel Islands, it's still illegal to do readings over there. So we have to sell people a book or something in exchange for giving them the reading for free. So the laws haven't been changed the way that they should be, but I do understand the necessity to keep scammers out, ladies. Now, on that word, could you please have a word about scammers?
Oh, my goodness. So if you're watching myself, if you're watching Claire, if you're watching Chloe, if you're watching anyone else that does what we do online, we will not approach you directly and tell you that we have a message for you. If anyone comments and tells you that they have a message for you, please do not respond. These people are scammers that will either send you a copy and paste message that they probably send to hundreds of people, or they will take your money in exchange for booking a reading, and that reading will never exist. So please be vigilant. If you do want to book a reading with anyone, please check their credentials. Obviously, if you're not going to book with either three of us, whoever you book with, do check them out. Do make sure they're genuine, check reviews, and really look into them before you do part with your money.
Absolutely. Well, listen, you two lovely ladies, I'm going to have to kick you off now. Chloe, I cannot wait till Sunday night or another Lengro messenger meeting either. Okay, let me take you two ladies off now. She's got a dirty laugh, that one, I tell you. Let me take Laura out.
Bye. Oh, I'm still here. Bye. You're meant to take me off. Okay, I'll just chat for a bit till Claire takes me off then.
Okay, sorry about that. A slight technical hitch. There you go, Laura Ann. So sorry about that. Without further ado, I am absolutely stoked for our cover girl, the beautiful, the incredible, one of the strongest women I know. And bringing her on to introduce her as well, I'm going to hand over to Beneath the Cover presenter, Jack Tyler.
Hello. Hi, everybody. I'm Jack Tyler from Beneath the Covers, and we've been talking about women all week and celebrating International Women's Day. So who better to have on the show and on the cover but the amazing Rose Pearce. Hi, Rose.
Hello, darling. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. And happy birthday.
Thank you. Yes. Oh, yeah. So I had a birthday celebration in lockdown, which I really enjoyed yesterday. It was really good. But yeah. So, so what did you think about your interview?
I loved
in the magazine.
Absolutely loved it. I feel very honoured, and thank you so much for your lovely words.
Well, I can't imagine anybody better. Whoops.
I'm gone.
There's a shock stunned you.
Yeah, I know. All those everyone being so lovely to me. I'm not used to Claire being nice to me.
I know. Yeah, I mean, you're a really strong woman, like Claire said. And actually, you're one of, which I didn't realise before the interview, and the interview wasn't really an interview, it's more of an early chat, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
With us, like we usually do. But you're one of 9 children from a really big family. Yeah. What on earth was that like growing up?
Amazing. The strongest woman that I know, well, it's quite bizarre because it's either my mum had 9 children, and she really had 10 because my dad was like a child. And she was, you know, the strongest force that I've ever met in my whole life. And then I was thinking Claire's mum is too. So, yeah, it was great. it's great. It's really lovely being around so many people.
Yeah, and I think that's why I think she's probably shaped you into who you are, because you are this incredible, strong woman. But do you see much of your family? You know, being so many of you.
Yeah. Watching at the moment is my niece Michelle from Ireland and my sister Chrissy from Ireland.
Oh,
And yeah, so loads of family. My brother lives around the corner.
yeah,
Yeah, I'm always with my family.
yeah.
We have a WhatsApp and we talk, we say good morning and chat and say good night and chat. So yeah.
Yeah.
And it's my dad's birthday today as well. Bless him.
Oh, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Oh, Pisces, fellow Pisces.
Yes. And he kind of always didn't like sharing it with my mum on Mothering Sunday because
Oh yeah, because it does overlap, doesn't it, sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Hello,
how have you been coping in lockdown, Rose? Because it's been quite tough for you, hasn't it? Because you've had to shut the salon.
Yeah, I've had to shut the salon, but you know what? I always feel blessed. I've got food in the fridge. I've got a roof over my head. You know,
Yeah.
I haven't lost anybody to COVID. So I feel blessed and lucky. I mean, yeah, I get bored and you know, because I'm so sociable,
Yeah.
I miss people and I miss the gym like crazy, you know, because I love, you know, them, my family and my gym and my business are really, you know, what I love to do. So, yeah, I definitely picked the right job.
Because you discovered the gym quite sort of later on in life, didn't you? You weren't sort of a fitness freak to start off with.
No, I used to like horse riding and ice skating, and hobbies were my hobbies, if you know what I mean. Like I'd try something, give it a whirl, and have a go. But the gym in Hove, Encore, is it's a special place. It's not like any other place I've ever been. I just fell in love with it. So I got ready for that picture, for the front picture for my wedding day. You know, when you get one of those, I don't like my figure.
Yeah.
I'm not happy. So I went to see Alex Backhouse. And I love that picture.
I love that picture.
I went to see Alex Backhouse from Encore Gym, and he trained me. He trained me for that, you know, special day. And I didn't stop going, and I love it, you know, absolutely love it. They're great people. It's something, the endorphins just rocket your head, you know. I think to feel strong is a good feeling.
Yeah, especially now at our age. You hit 50 last year, didn't you? And I think we have to be more careful now, don't we? We have to take looking after ourselves seriously.
Do you know what, with COVID as well, we've got to be fit, we've got to stay, you know, as healthy as we can, and it's really important. And it's really important for your mind, you know. It's I thought I just enjoyed it, but I need it, you know. I need that interaction. I need to feel strong. It makes your body feel good and your mind.
So what have you been doing then since the gym shut? What have you been doing to keep fit?
I've been in my lounge lifting weights with one of the amazing trainers. There's 3 amazing trainers like Alex, Simeon and Marshall at the gym on Encore, and they train me online.
Oh wow.
So they gave me weights and bands, and so every day I get up and do a class, and we either do strength, we do cardio, we do mobility, you know, build and burn, you know. So I've got no excuse. I have to get up and do exercises, and if not, they text me and ask me where I am.
That's good, because it is so hard to motivate yourself at home when the weather's not great and you can't get out. It is hard, isn't it? But you do manage to get out as well, don't you? Because you live right by the sea.
Oh yeah. Do you know what? That's another thing I've realised. My happy place is on the beach, you know, taking pictures of amazing sunsets. You know, it's I've got a little beach near me, and it's quieter than the Brighton beach, and it's just amazing. It doesn't matter what the weather's like. We when Kim wasn't at school, it was, you know, we had to drag him out for a little walk, and that's where we'd go. And it was always a really uplifting, lovely. Well, it is one of my special places.
Yeah, we've seen all the you shared all the beautiful sunset pictures and sunrise pictures. It does look fabulous. But you're talking about your son, Kim, there. How have you found it now that he's gone back to school?
Well, I'm a very, very proud mum. His teacher said, "Can I have a word with you?" And I just thought, "Oh no, what's he done?" And she said that Kim has improved all his confidence, his maths, his reading, everything has got better through lockdown. And she said it's a bit unusual because everyone seems to, sometimes not. And I was blessed with the lovely Katie that done a couple of hours of tutoring with him every day. So that stopped me and him fighting. And Katie's beautiful, so Kim was quite happy to look at Katie for 2 hours on a screen. And she's got a very special way with kids, so if anyone needs a tutor online, Katie is the girl. She's brilliant.
That's really lovely. Yeah, that's really lovely to hear, because everybody's talking about how the children are behind at school and how it's affected them really negatively. So to hear that, I mean, there are some happy stories out there, aren't there? The positive stories.
Definitely. My son's dyslexic like myself, so to have 2 hours with a teacher every day is pretty, the schools, I love teachers, so I'd never ever say a bad thing about the schools, but they can't spend 2 hours with each child, it's impossible. So I think it's really helped him.
Yeah. And now later on, we're going to be talking about the royals and Harry and Meghan and how they met. And I think one of the problems might be they met and got married too early. Everything was really, really quickly. But it was a different story for you and your husband, Jim, wasn't it? You'd known each other for such a long time before. Yeah. So tell us a bit about that. I mean, do you think that's helped you to have a happy marriage because you knew each other so well?
Definitely. We were friends when, because I'm a stepmom, I'm an evil stepmom for them. That's what we joke about. I knew Jim's ex-partner, and we would all hang out and used to go to the pub together and have fun together. So Jim and I were friends. We used to just hang out, go clubbing, and just had a laugh. And then we got together. People were saying, "Oh yeah, are you two together yet?" And I was like, "No, we're just pals." So we people saw it before us. And yeah, we're still really good mates. It's we love each other, and it's quite funny when we get a day without our child. We go out and I was like, I'm really funny, like we're both laughing and chatting away, and we realised that we actually really get on well.
Yeah.
As pals and as man and wife. So
yeah, because that is so important, isn't it? Yeah. And that's why people have been having such a lot of trouble during lockdown, because they found out that their partners really aren't their friends. They don't want to spend all that time with them.
Oh, believe me, I wouldn't want to spend all day with him. He's been going up the downs, walking and having his headspace. We both need different things. So if you can get it together and then have a lovely time together as well, that's good. Not everyone needs to live in each other's pockets.
No, I agree. And you'll be back at work soon anyway. But so tell us about your salon. You're a bit of a pioneer, aren't you, for organic hairdressing in your area? So tell us about your salon.
Yeah, I've been an organic salon for about 14 years. It just makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, I done my apprenticeship when it was all about perm lotions and really nasty products all going down the sink, so that only gets into the water system. And I just, love my organic stuff. I love my organic, products, my organic food, with less chemicals. It's just better for you.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. You think lipsticks used to have nickel in them.
Yeah.
So you're, it's just when you find out what's in things, it's not healthy for you.
Yeah, because there used to be a lot of nickel in jewelry as well. I used to always come out in reactions,
Yeah,
you know,
me
with
too.
Yeah. Now we know why, don't we?
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
so you're really looking forward to getting back to work. I bet you miss your staff as well, don't you?
Yeah. One of my stylists flew home yesterday, Rainy. He's from Czech Republic, and he got stuck over there for Christmas. So yeah, he's home, and that's really makes me feel good. Makes me feel like one of my children are back. Maria, she might be watching. Maria's gorgeous. We went to school together. We studied together and worked together, you know, in a different shop. So yeah, it's just another extension of my family.
But you
Rainy
talking
calls
about
me English mummy.
Oh, and you talking about being a mummy. I mean, in the Lengro team, we've all kind of got our little niches, and we all kind of we all get on so well. But you're the sort of the sassy one of the group, you know, and you're also like the mother figure of the group. You're the one, you know, that people go to. Like Claire, you are Claire's rock. You've been her rock for years and years.
Yeah.
So what's your relationship like with Claire? Well, we've seen some of it.
Yeah. It's so funny because I was thinking of this morning, that I tell her off and tell her not to do stuff, and not that she'd most probably listen half the time, but also I admire her. She knows I've seen her career was absolutely amazing. Very proud of her, what she's done. And I love it that nothing stands in her way. She just goes for it. It's funny. It's a weird balance that we both love and adore each other.
Yeah.
And I feel very protective over her. And yeah, we just got a good thing. I've known her since I was 18, so it's a long time. Yeah.
Before we bring her back on, because I know she will be crying in the background, I've got a little message for you, Rose. Okay, this is someone special, and she says, she's my inspiration, role model. She never gave up on me. She's always there. She's got the purest heart, and I love her so very much. Love from Seashell.
Oh. Oh, bless.
Oh,
my beautiful.
Let's bring Claire back on, and then you can tell us who Seashell is.
I've got a lot of eyeliner on to cover it up. I've got another message for you here from, I say Ronnie Corbett's daughter. She's a person in her own right. Sophie Corbett has messaged me today. The first question she asked, Rose, is, Claire, what colour is her hair today? She also says... so Sophie Corbett says to you, let's have a look. I love Rose. Her energy, her head massages are the best, but it's her kindness, her energy for life. She will go the extra mile for people. Rose rocks. And that's from Sophie Corbett, who wanted me to read that out on the show today. Can I just say, Rose, I wouldn't be where I am today without you. You get my backside out of bed when I don't feel like getting out of bed some days. And do you know what? This is too emotional. Let's get on to something else.
I'm not used to you being nice.
I know, I don't like it. It feels really uncomfortable. We cannot do today's show, right, guys, without discussing the Oprah interview, right, with Harry and Meghan. I would like to know what your opinion is on the show, on the interview that opened up discussion around the whole world. Now, we were supposed to be having somebody from America come on, but we had a little connection problem. So I'm going to be bringing on some other people now so that I don't cry in front of Rose, because I'm hard. I really am. I've got lots of your family watching there as well. Amanda, I'm going to bring you on, and there's my Sam. Hello, Sam.
Hello.
So, ladies, the explosive Oprah interview. I'm only leaving you on, Rose, so you can keep crying so I can embarrass you in front of your family. She didn't know she was going into this.
No, I had something in my eye.
Yeah,
yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, eyelash.
It was my finger. Okay, so
Yeah.
Sam and Jack, over to you while I bring up some banners, please, about the Oprah Winfrey and, of course, Harry and Meghan, please.
Well, I know Sam is bursting at the bit, so go on.
Well, first of all, did everyone watch it? Because that's the thing, it has brought so many different issues to the surface that a lot of us just weren't aware of necessarily. Personally, the only thing I find very, very difficult to believe about Lizzie, about the whole interview is Meghan didn't know a lot about the royal family. I have a lot of American friends. I've worked with Americans for a long time, and they're obsessed with our royal family. So I don't understand that part. But I thought some of the things that she said about mental health and how she felt and how the media had made her feel was, it was very difficult for her to come out and say this. So I think she should be praised for that and bringing attention to certain issues. But what about you, Jack? What was your opinion?
Well, I think I don't think any of us can really form a proper judgment on it because we're only hearing one side of the story. And I think what I got from it is everything's about perception and assumptions, isn't it, really? We can all hear the same thing in different ways. Like, obviously, Harry heard what was going on one way, and whoever he was talking to obviously meant it in a different way. That's what we're finding out now. And we're all everybody kind of jumps to conclusions and things. But I think Harry, a lot of people were saying about Meghan, oh, she's the one in control, she's taken him away from his family. But I found actually from that interview that he's a really strong man. He can make up his own mind. He's the one that could see what was happened to his mother happening again, and he didn't want history repeating itself, so he took his family out of the equation. And I think a lot of people the way people are talking about it, they're saying, oh, you either like the royals or you like Harry and Meghan. I don't think it should have to be a choice. I think you can just like everybody.
It's not a competition.
I mean, everyone's got different ways of interpreting things. I don't think you should have to make a choice. That's what I think.
Yeah, no, 100% agree with that. What about you, Amanda? Because
Yeah,
I can see you're waiting to get in there. Go on, go for it in a big way, girl.
You know what? I'm not good with haters. On any side, there is enough going on in the world, but I do think it's important that stuff is brought to the surface. So obviously, looking around mental health, you guys know that I work with people that go through suicidal thoughts. That's part of the work that I do, and I recognise that every experience for the individual is different for them. It is so personal to talk about, and I think some of the people that maybe don't understand necessarily is that, well, how can you then snap out of it and go and do something and present something and then be so suicidal too before that. But again, our mental processes and the way that we cope and filter through life is individual, and that's the thing that I want to come from this, is that we have a new baby girl on the way. There's a new soul coming to this world, as well as there's younger people to be considered and thought about with this. And I would hope that whatever lessons need to come up and out with this, that positive action is put in place and really compassionate communication. But both sides, like Jack said, you need to put both sides, because otherwise it is not a balanced conversation. So it is important that both sides have their chance to communicate. So yeah, an interesting interview for sure.
One thing I've got to say I'm ashamed of to be able to say is, before I saw the interview, obviously I'm just hearing things, I've been reading things, and I couldn't believe when she said that she felt suicidal. And I thought, well, how on earth you're living in a palace when you've got people that are in lockdown in tower blocks, that have had to experience that throughout the whole lockdown. How can you say you were depressed and whatever? But then after hearing her say, when she didn't know what she was getting herself into, she had her driving license taken away, her car keys taken away, she was told what she could say, what she couldn't say, she wasn't allowed to see her friends for 2 months. I get it now. I really do. So it doesn't matter where you live, how much money you have, mental health, depression can affect anybody at any time.
Yeah, exactly. And it's your own world inside, and that's invisible. And that's what's terrifying for people when they aren't comfortable around mental health, because mental health is catching.
Well, it's not contagious. But at work, we've just done our mental health training. We had a workshop, and it was really, really interesting. And one of the speakers did say, which something which I really did think about afterwards, we all have mental health. It's just we don't call it mental health. It's not seen as a negative thing until you have issues, but we all have mental health, and it's all about your own personal well-being. So, you know, and it doesn't matter if you were, you know, because I did send Claire a message when Megan was going on about her, you know, going back to basics and a multi-million-dollar mansion, and, you know, I'd like those basics. But it doesn't matter if you were living in this humongous house or a tiny little flat. At the end of the day, if your well-being and your inner self is not in line, you know, you're not doing the best for you. And, you know, self-care is not selfish. And at times you do need to take out, you know, just take a time out, you know, as we do with kids, put them on the naughty step, put yourself on the naughty step, and, you know, go and do something you enjoy.
I'm just off now.
Can I just ask quickly, Rose, what's your take on it?
The mental health bit that we've been just talking about it's the saddest thing, isn't it, to hear that she felt so sad and lonely and not well. But I really hate it because I have a large family. Obviously, I don't get to do it.
Sorry, the dog's just joined.
It's so sad that it's so public that they couldn't have a family discussion about how she feels and sort it out. I think it's very sad. It's a very sad story.
Yeah. Gemma Quayle says mental health. Go on, sorry.
Bigger.
Yeah. Gemma says
bigger than Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gemma Quayle says mental health issues are different for everyone, and sometimes there's no rhyme or reason behind it. It can creep up on you when you least expect it. I think in light of what we've been talking about, guys, the next thing I should bring on is a bit of mental health advice that we could all do with, which is, of course, from our wellbeing expert Sherry Rice. So let's just take a look at this.
Hi Lengro readers, this is Cherie, your wellbeing expert, and I hope you're all having a great week. The sun is shining and spring is almost here. I just wanted to come on to see how you're all doing and to say that if you have any wellbeing questions at all, please email them into Claire and the team and I will get back to you with a response. And for those of you whose children have gone back to school this week, I hope you're enjoying a little bit of me time and an opportunity to recharge your batteries. So a little tip from me this week will be to get out into nature. If we knew the amazing things that nature could do for us, we'd be out in nature all the time. And I know this sounds a little bit hippie-ish, but go out and hug a tree. Get your bare hands and put them on a tree. Or take your shoes and socks off and walk around in the garden or on some grass, or if there's low tide, be brave and paddle your feet and let the earth recharge you. And honestly, it does work. It gives me so much energy. So get out in nature today or this week and make sure you touch some nature with your bare hands or with your bare feet, and let me know how you get on. Send your stories into Claire and tell us your nature experiences. Okay, that's it from me and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.
Absolutely love Cherie. And don't forget, guys, that you can book with anybody here on Lengro privately as well. I think we've had an absolutely amazing show today. And of course, I'm going to be doing some lives this week as well. Chloe, we've got a big live on Sunday night, haven't we?
We certainly have.
At 7 o'clock, join myself, Chloe Needham and Lee Petcher-Lengro for an hour of readings. Sam, before I do anything else about videos so that Amanda can talk about her video we're going to play now, can you just do what you did for me this morning, please? Can we talk about it? Can you walk off? Royal family, what do you think, Sam?
No, I love the royal family. It's got to be about something a bit more dramatic, hasn't it? That's it. I've had enough. Only because I'm actually wearing jeans and not tracky bottoms for a change.
She has gone, guys. She has gone. I can't make Rose cry anymore. She's quite hard like that sometimes. I've got the best I could out of her. Amanda, tell us about the video that we've got to play today, please.
Oh, hi. Yeah, it's really my pleasure to share a song that I wrote, I Am One. And I think it's really an uplifting rallying cry, particularly during this time and the issue with Meghan and Harry and everything else there, to see the person inside, no matter what age, race, sex, whatever is going on, to actually see that person inside and who they are, their struggles and understanding. So I'm hoping that all the people that are viewing this right now will love it and that you'll all come away singing the song, and yeah, enjoy.
Okay, so let's have a look at this video that we've got from Amanda, and then what we're going to do is we're going to stay on and we're going to all come and say goodbye to you. This is a video that Amanda did, absolutely amazing. Take a listen to this. Oh, it hasn't come on. All right, let's start again. Here we go. You're still in there, girls. Oh, it's not on.
I am only one.
Okay, so we're just going to try
I can
again.
hear you. You sounded good, Amanda.
Okay, so let me just add this one more time, guys. I can do this.
You're so awesome, Claire, though, darling, with your tech skills. Honestly, you're brilliant.
I am trying very hard. Let's hope this comes up this time. Let's have a little look.
I hope everyone has a booty.
Okay, I'm having problems, but it's just about to share. So my internet's a little bit slow, guys. But have you enjoyed our show today? Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, for some reason, it's just not playing.
Still, I am one. I cannot do everything.
Why don't you sing, Claire?
Huh?
Why don't you sing?
We may well have to play the video on the 9 o'clock Lengro Late Night Live. You sing.
Fine.
You can start. We have an amazing video. I'll tell you what I will do. I will tag it in afterwards. For some reason, it's just coming up with the sound, not the visual, but I will put it up here. And I really hope that you've all enjoyed. Shall I try one more time while you talk, girls?
Oh, and third time lucky would be really good.
You can do this. Just a second. Hold on.
And we'll just try. And then everybody else, could you perhaps, as it's National Women's Week, just really send one message to a woman that perhaps you have had some issues with in the past? And maybe you could see it from a different perspective.
No.
No.
I'm not even working with animals or children. I don't get it. I really don't get it.
I don't know. Some of us are mentally that age, childlike. I'm not sure that you're not working with children, Claire. Me, myself, I'm talking about. I'm not insulting anyone else.
Messenger the other night, I'm not too sure.
Okay. Shall we try? Let's try one more time and just see if I can get this video.
Oh, you're
on,
very
guys.
persistent.
I am.
Winston Churchill said, I like this about Winston Churchill. He went to Oxford Union to talk to the kids when he was in his 80s, and he was booked for an hour's speech, and he just went to everybody in the audience and said, "Never give up." And he looked at them for 30 seconds and then said, "Never give up," looking at everybody in the eye one last time, "Never give up." And then you know what? He walked and left the stage. That's all.
Lovely.
I am only one, but still I am one. I cannot do everything, but still I can do something. I will not refuse to do the something I can do. Understand we are all the same. We all feel love. We all feel pain. Who are we to judge each other before we judge ourselves? To respect others, you have to respect.
Okay, so listen, I will put the video up if I can. Rose, I'm not going to be nice to you tomorrow or the next day, so enjoy this. You are a strong woman.
And recording for life.
That's all. I'm going to edit and make you look awful. Amanda, you are our shining star. You keep us together. Jack Tyler, you rock it with Beneath the Covers. When's your next interview, and are you allowed to say who it's with, Jack?
It's on the 27th of March. 27th of March, I think, and it's with our very own Laura Ann.
Oh, and I know
you
love that. And I know you've got some other interviews coming up later in the year as well. Chloe, we are live on Sunday night. And Sam, just before we end the show, could you just do the Piers Morgan get up and walk off one more time, please?
Yeah, that's it. I'm done.
Have a great rest of your day.
Bye.
A lot, and things don't always go to plan. But you know what? If things don't go to plan,
ladies.
then laugh your way through it. Thanks for joining us.